Hello guys, my name is Lucas and welcome to the channel One More Trophy. Today we are checking out Saros, basically Returnal number 2 from Housemarque. This game is roguelike, which means that is the key to the success. Better skills and progression overall. So yeah, there is no avoiding it. The game begins on the planet Corcosa, where you arrive together with your crew, the Soltari. We quickly realize that above us hangs eternal ellipse, and everywhere around us are the ruins of the ancient colony that stopped functioning a long time ago. We met the rest of our crew. They are confused, exhausted, and some of them even claim they've already lived through all this before. As we explore the different bases, we discover that many expeditions came before us, and every single one ended the same way. People either vanished or lost their minds. And then we die, only to wake up again in the exact same place. But this time the world isn't exactly the same anymore. Something has changed, we remember fragments from previous cycles, and we slowly begin to realize that we are trapped inside the time loop. With every new run, we uncover more about the planet and what happened to the expedition before us. But at the same time, we are no longer sure if escaping Carcosa is even possible. Throughout our journey, we will also be searching for the love of our lives, Nithya, who's going to play a very important role in the story. Through this stranger tree inside the base, we will relive memories connected to her and uncover the horror and fears hidden in our past. The game offers a lot of different mechanics, and one of the biggest parts is the weapon system. Weapons are divided into two categories. The first category is standard weapons as we know them. Pistols, shotguns, rapid-fire weapons, and even alien guns. The second category is power weapons. These work by transforming your hand into a different kind of projectile launchers, lasers, rocket launchers, and all sorts of crazy stuff. Right from the start of the game, you also have access to the primary system. Basically, something like the planet's main upgrade system, where you improve your abilities. You can also increase or decrease your game's difficulty, but it always has to stay balanced. And finally, there is portal system, which lets you travel between different areas of the planet Carcosa. In this video, we will go through all the achievements in the game in the exact order I unlocked them, and at the end we will clean up the ones I still have left. Right at the start of the game, after learning all the controls and defeating the first hostiles, I ran into the mini-boss called Consort. I'm pretty sure its scripted boss fight means to kill you on your first run, but honestly, I still managed to get pretty far. Once he killed me, I unlocked my very first achievement. Come back stronger. Die for the first time. After dying for the first time, I woke up in the passage, which acts as our main base. This is where I met my crew and started learning what actually happens. From here, I entered my first real location in the game, and this area alone gave me 5 achievements. The first one was Relentless. Land 50 consecutive shots on hostiles with rifles. The next achievement was Broadside. Defeat 5 hostiles with a single prominence blast. After that came Approach Vector. Dispatch a shielded hostile with a mid-air melee attack. The fourth achievement in this area actually came during the first boss fight, because I died again. That's when I unlocked Second Chance. Use Second Chance for the first time. Basically, every run gives you 2 lives once you shake hands with the devil, and you can even restore that extra life inside something called the Nightmare Strand, a biome where you have a survive waves of hostiles. If you manage to clean it, you regain your lost life. And right after unlocking Second Chance, I earned another trophy, Prophet. Defeat the Overlord of the Chatter Eyes. After defeating the first boss, I move on to the next area. This location was split into two paths, and I had to open the main gate to reach the boss at the end. In this area, I only unlocked two trophies. The first one was Untrophy. Damage 5 hostiles simultaneously with Desperator projectiles. That's the power weapon damage you can see in the gameplay footage. The second trophy came from defeating the boss Bastion. This boss actually felt a bit easier than the first one, but getting to him was definitely rough. Defeat the Overlord of the Ancient Depth. After that, I entered the next location where I tried the Nightmare Strand biome for the first time. And honestly, that was a terrible idea. Still, I managed to unlock another trophy there, Enforce. Damage 7 hostiles within 5 seconds using hand cannons. Then I pushed forward toward the third boss of the game, Rabdon, and got another trophy for defeating him. This was probably the easiest boss in the entire game. And right after killing him, I unexpectedly unlocked another trophy for completing the biome without using a shield at all.
I need to get across to the city.
After beating the third boss, I moved into the next location, which was one of the biggest areas in the game. Here I unlocked All Shall Bow. Hit 3 hostiles at once with crossbows. Then, after returning to the passage, I discovered the memory tree for the first time and unlocked Strange in the Night. Entered the biome tree for the first time. Once I returned to the area, I finally found the unique boss, the Legion, and earned another trophy. Defeat the Overlord of the Blind Marsh. After the trophy, we reached the 5th location, which was easily one of the hardest in the game. The first trophy here was Angle of Attack. Defeat the hostile using Ricochet, Nova Lens Luck. Then came Carcassonne Conqueror for defeating 10 alpha hostiles. And after that, it was finally time for the hardest boss so far, Architect. This boss honestly reminded me a lot of bosses from Returnal. After defeating him, I completed the first act of the story. And also unlocked the trophy Never Let Go. Then came location number 6, an ocean-based area where we got to test new weapons and of course collect a few more trophies. One of them was Bullet Paradise, dispatch 1995 regular hostiles. And then there was a boss trophy. Shepherd. Defeat the Overlord of the Acolyte Heaven. After that, we entered the location number 7, where most of trophies came right at the end of the biome. The first one was Fatal Triptych. Die 3 times in the single biome. You unlock this by dying once, then completing the Nightmare Strand biome to restore your extra life, and then dying 2 more times after that. I'd love to say I'm playing it, but honestly, I'm just pretty noob. After going through the entire biome again and finally making it back to the boss, I unlocked another trophy for defeating him, Priestess. defeat the overlord of the cathedral. And just like that, I completed act number 2.
Not here. Not again.
After finishing act 2, I entered the final location in the game. And honestly, it looks straight out of the last series from the Stranger Things. Before reaching the final boss, I unlocked few more trophies, including Eclipse Gift, collect 70 Halcyon, and Reinforced Carapace, collect 20 Integrity Augments. After getting those trophies, I finally reached the final boss for the first time. And this was the moment where I got so frustrated that I actually had to take a break from the story. Instead, I started grinding trophies across the map. One of them was Nightmare Strand. Enter and complete all 7 Nightmare Gates at least once. For this trophy, I had to return to every single area in the game and clear all the Nightmare Strands. After that achievement, I randomly unlock another trophy for collecting all normal weapons and power weapons in the game. After a short break, I returned to the final area and unlocked another trophy for collecting 20 houses in the Yellow Shore. And then, I finally did it. I defeated the final boss for the first time, King. This boss was probably the hardest in the entire game, mainly because I couldn't shake hands with the devil beforehand, which means no extra life. I had to get through a very long biome almost perfectly, without making many mistakes. And after defeating the final boss, I discovered something insane. I was the one responsible for everything the whole time. I was the person making all the bad decisions, the reasons behind everything happening here. And just like that, we completed the first of the 2 endings in the Saros. Of course, right after that, I woke up once again back in our base, where I unlocked another trophy for completing Act 3. After that, I went full trophy hunting mode. The first trophy I got was Radiance. Damage 3 hostiles simultaneously using Illuminate. Then came another trophy, for entering the memory tree in the passage for the 4th and final time. Another tough one for me was Spread the Cost, mostly because I never play with shotguns in the games. You have to land 7 shotgun shots with 100% accuracy. Then there was a Break the Cycle. Absorb 2021 projectiles using the shield. Statistically, this trophy was actually pretty common, because I usually dodge everything with a dash. Instead of using shields, I only unlocked it near the end of the game. Next came War Within, where I had to reach maximum corruption and still complete the biome. I chose the first area in the game for this, because it felt like the easiest option. After that came probably the hardest trophy in the entire game, completing the biome without taking a single hit. For this, I picked biome number 3, because it was the shortest and the boss was pretty easy. Surprisingly, I think I managed it in around 5 attempts. After unlocking the trophy, I kept going and earned Vicious Circle. Use chakrams to damage 4 hostiles within 2 seconds. And after that, Catch and Release. Use the shield to absorb 3 power bars and defeat the hostile with a power weapon. Then came another pretty difficult trophy, mostly because of how time consuming it was, Overdriven. Dispatch 30 hostiles using overdrive during a single cycle. At this point, I only had 6 trophies left, so I was getting really excited. The next two trophies were really pain in the ass, because how ridiculous they were. The first one was Countermand, stagger 2 hostiles simultaneously with 1 parry. And the second was Fall from Grace, use the environment to eliminate a hostile without shooting it. At this point, we were slowly getting close to the end of the game, and honestly, things were starting to get pretty grindy. Then came the trophy Full Arsenal. Unlock all main and power weapons and defeat 25 hostiles with each of them. While working on this trophy, I was running through every single location in the game just to make absolutely sure I had used every weapon enough times. It took forever, but eventually I finally completed with the last weapon. And of course, it ended up being a power weapon. Unfortunately, my recording bugged out, and I didn't capture the trophy pop, but it happened somewhere around this part of the gameplay. For the next trophy, I had to survive 33 expeditions with Carcossan modifiers enabled. Sadly, I barely used modifier during most of the game, so this trophy alone took me around 3 hours. My strategy was basically speedrunning biome 3 without killing a single hostile and then defeat the boss at the end. By the time I got close to finishing, I knew that biome so well I could clear it in about 3 or 4 minutes. Once I had to complete 32 expeditions with modifier enable, I hit it out one last time to defeat the final boss king, because I was still missing one final trophy needed for the platinum. For the last trophy, you actually have to defeat the king, but then choose not to kill him and walk away instead. That unlocked the trophy for 33 completed expeditions and triggered the final cinematic. In the ending scene, I appeared on the beach together with Nithya, and this time I was finally able to resist the transformation. Right after that scene, the final achievement popped up. Let go, complete our epilogue requirements and defeat King. And finally, the sun is forever, just like the game began. This is how it ends. Master Carcosa and obtain every trophy in Saros. The whole game took me around 25 hours to complete, and honestly, if I had to compare it to Returnal, I'd say Saros was better in pretty much every way. The locations were more varied and the enemies were better, and even the weapon system felt more polished. So if I had to choose between Returnal and Saros, I definitely go back to Saros. Thanks for watching my full playthrough of Saros, all the way to the end. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more achievements hunting playthrough in the future. See you soon.